Have you ever thought about why school never taught you the one subject that affects every part of your life? You learned about the War of 1812. You memorized the periodic table. You can probably still say that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. But when it comes to handling your money, making smart financial choices, and building real wealth that could completely change your future, the education system suddenly had nothing to say. Here's the uncomfortable reality. Only about half of American adults can demonstrate basic financial literacy. That means if you're in a room with 10 people, 5 of them don't truly understand how their money works. And honestly, that estimate might be generous. The average American answers less than half of simple financial questions correctly. In other words, most people are struggling with the one thing that influences almost every decision in their lives. I'm Nick, and I've spent years studying why some people build lasting wealth while others live paycheck to paycheck, even when they earn similar incomes. What I've found is this: it's not luck. It's not rich parents. It's not even about earning 6 figures. It's financial literacy. Today, I'm going to walk you through what school should have taught you but didn't. By the end, you'll know exactly where you stand financially, how to build a realistic plan based on your situation, and how to start growing wealth even if you're barely getting by right now. We'll cover budgeting that doesn't feel like punishment, emergency funds that actually protect you, practical debt strategies, investing basics that make sense, and even how to think about buying versus renting a home. And we're not going to pretend everyone watching earns $100,000 a year or has wealthy parents ready to rescue them. This is about real life, real budgets, and real challenges. So if you're tired of feeling confused about money, overwhelmed by conflicting advice, or anxious about your financial future, stay with me. Let's fix that. First, we need to talk about something that might feel uncomfortable: your current financial reality. Most people have no clear idea where they truly stand. That's like trying to drive somewhere without knowing your starting location. You might think you understand your situation, but unless you've checked recently, you're probably guessing. Your financial position comes down to 3 core numbers. First, your net worth. Second, your monthly cash flow. Third, your financial runway. Net worth is everything you own minus everything you owe. Add up your bank accounts, retirement accounts, car, home, and anything else of real value. Then subtract credit card balances, student loans, car loans, mortgages, and any other debts. What's left is your net worth. For younger households, the median net worth is surprisingly low. If your number feels small or even negative, you're not alone. But now you have clarity. Next is monthly cash flow, income minus expenses. Track every dollar coming in and every dollar going out for at least 1 month. Yes, it's tedious, but this single exercise can completely change your understanding of your habits. If you're spending less than you earn, you have a surplus. That's powerful. If you're spending more than you earn, that explains the growing debt. If you're breaking even, you're living with zero margin for error. Even a $300 monthly surplus invested consistently over decades can grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars. Small margins matter. Finally, your financial runway. How long you could survive if your income stopped tomorrow. Take your monthly expenses and divide your accessible savings by that number. If you spend $3,000 per month and have $9,000 in savings, you have 3 months of runway. Many people can't even handle a $400 emergency without borrowing. If you have even 1 month saved, you're ahead of many. Once you understand these 3 numbers, you can stop guessing and start planning. Now let's talk about goals. Most people set random financial goals like I want to save more or I want to be debt-free but strong financial. Goals start with life goals. What kind of life do you want? Security, freedom to change jobs, a home, early retirement, travel, stability for your family. Once you define the life you want, you reverse engineer the money required to support it. Effective goals are specific and time-bound. Instead of save more, say, save $15,000 for a down payment in 18 months. Instead of pay off debt, say, eliminate $23,000 of credit card debt in 2 years. But here's the key. Your goals must match your math. If you only have $200 extra per month, don't set a goal that requires $2,000. Unrealistic goals lead to frustration and quitting. Break your goals into short-term under a year, medium-term 2 to 5 years, and long-term 10 years. That way, you make progress on multiple fronts at once. Next comes budgeting. A good budget isn't about restriction, it's about direction. It's not about cutting everything fun out of your life. It's about making sure your money supports what actually matters to you. Some people like the simple 50-30-20 approach. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings and debt repayment. Others prefer zero-based budgeting, where every dollar has a job. Some use the envelope method to physically limit spending. The best budget is the one you'll stick to. Make sure you account for irregular expenses, car repairs, holidays, subscriptions. Most budgets fail because people forget these predictable surprises and build flexibility into your plan. If your grocery budget is unrealistic, adjust it instead of fighting reality. After budgeting comes savings, starting with your emergency fund. An emergency fund isn't for vacations or sales. It's for real problems, job loss, medical bills, car breakdowns. 3 to 6 months of expenses is ideal, but start small. Even $25 per week builds momentum. Automate it. Treat it like a non-negotiable bill. Keep emergency money in a high-yield savings account, accessible, but separate from daily spending. Once you've built stability, we need to address debt. Not all debt is equal. Mortgages and education that increases income can be considered productive debt. Car loans and consumer credit are usually unproductive. High-interest credit card debt is toxic. If you're paying 20% interest, that should be your priority even before aggressive investing. The math is brutal. You can use the debt snowball method's smallest balances first for motivation, or the avalanche method, highest interest first, to save more money. Both work. What matters most is consistency and not adding new debt. Now we shift from defense to offense. Investing. Investing isn't gambling, it's ownership. When you buy index funds, you own small pieces of hundreds or thousands of companies. The magic comes from compound growth, earning returns on your returns. Start early, even with small amounts. Time matters more than starting big. Low-cost index funds are powerful because they provide broad diversification with minimal effort. You don't need to pick stocks. You don't need to time the market. And yes, markets crash. That's normal. Historically, they recover. Long-term investors who stay consistent win. Use employer retirement matches first. It's free money. Then consider retirement accounts like Roth IRAs. Keep it simple. Consistency beats complexity. What about real estate? Buying a home can build wealth, but it's not always automatically better than renting. Ownership comes with taxes, insurance, maintenance, and opportunity costs. If you plan to stay long-term, buying often makes sense. If you'll move soon, renting can be smarter. The same logic applies to cars. A large car payment invested instead could grow into massive wealth over decades. Focus on total cost, not just the monthly payment. Finally, retirement. Most people underestimate how much they'll need. Retirement isn't just about not working, it's about having options. Start now. Even small contributions grow dramatically over time. Delay costs you more than you realize. The formula for success isn't complicated. Automate everything. Track progress occasionally, not obsessively. Keep learning. Stay patient. Wealth building isn't dramatic. It's steady. It's small actions repeated for years. You now understand the fundamentals, where you stand, how to set goals, how to budget, save, eliminate debt, invest, and plan for retirement. The only thing left is action. Your financial future won't change because you watched this. Start small, stay consistent. Let time do the heavy lifting.